Ask me, are you dying as you live or living afraid to die? I couldn't lie, son. I heard God's son, like a calm hum. Died some, came alive some, up on high some. Lifted up that prison, you'll be sliding out that sepulcher. Crosshair on my body, don't care if they shoot the messenger. Ain't no weapon form shall prosper, gospel flow out me like lava. No enemy that we can't counter, Mouser. I spit heat throughout the heavens to the valleys, from the highs into the lows. Everybody know I gun it with the ghost. And though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I keep that peace round my hip and keep the T round my neck. I'm talking heat like Elisha, fire flying.
I can't do it.
Okay.
We'll do it live.
Okay. No.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
Right.
Fucking thing sucks.
In 5, 4, 3.
Hello, everybody. Hopefully you guys can hear me. I am starting a little bit early. I'm not going to go all the way back into the chat, but today I am going to keep true to my motto of die mad. Someone, and we're going to be getting into all of this, has been threatening to litigate against me, and the woman who has been using my name to, I don't know, weaponize or villainize. I don't really know. I've never actually talked to them, but we're going to get into all of that tonight within reason. But first, I would like to say, hey, Manny, subpoena this. Seriously.
Right,
Fuck
the
you.
process which became the Best Friends Animal Society, which
which
John
Rod's
was talking
fine.
about.
Teach you how to whip the grain inside peanut butter, outside with the candy frame. Serving corners in this jet. I'm on the quest to touch 100 mil before I lay myself to rest. Hand on the Glock, I turn the beam on. A savage on the fucking run, the Unabomber, wreaking heaven, singing sad songs. Red rum, murder engraved inside of my mind. Pull up to your funeral and kill everybody inside. Lock the loaded, bust a hammer, hit the nail and crucify. Tie your body up in the dungeon to make your soul mine. Death note, got a page with your name on it. Bullets flying to your head like a fucking comet. Stepping out the coffin with that golden drip, slit wrist, perp smoke, gun clip, shooting from the fucking hip. Walking out the catacombs, a chip all on my shoulder, tote the chopper like a boulder. Ain't nobody fucking colder. Speaking tongue when I spit this on the mic. Strapped up like a dike, yo bitch want the pipe. It's alright, I might hit tonight. I might end your life by the knife. You gon' pay the price. I'ma dim your fucking lights and leave you hanging by the side. Rap inside your mailbox and reads that you a bitch. Body bagging motherfuckers that be thinking that they slick. 5'9" to the death of me, I never shall repent. Hollow tips right to your cranium, my head.
So it's like, why would 45 years later, the process, which doesn't even exist, recruit me?
Okay, so sorry, I'm still getting used to restream. So let's go ahead and let's get into it. So, for anybody that is a fan of The Gardener, for some reason, this individual is under the disillusion that, like, if you say their name, then you're committing a crime. I don't really understand that. Obviously, if you guys are on Twitter, you guys have seen where I'm constantly called like a Nazi, an anti Semite, a virulent Jew hater, espousing Hitlerian discourse. Um, I'm not really here to get into that because apparently there's a trend of that type of activity, which is fascinating to me, but we'll save that for another day. What I was sent, we have two things to cover. One, this individual, this woman with the blog, Christine, hi. This is the first time that I've ever addressed you. I'd never named you, but since you apparently want to use my name, we're going to talk about it today. Okay. And then the second thing we're going to talk about is the Netflix series. Because I already told you, give it a little bit of time, right? And if I'm wrong, I'll admit it. But the unwarranted sense of self confidence never fails to deliver. Isn't that right? It always plays out that way. So let's go ahead and let's get into. And again, I'm only going based off of, uh, hold on one second. What is this saying? It's your job to publish the DMs. Hold on, I'm very confused what you guys are talking about. What DMs? Are you talking to me, Puck Elf? If people are gonna, I don't really care as long as nobody's getting doxxed in my chat. That's really all I care about. Because Manny did dox somebody today. Multiple times. I have done the proper redactions so that I'm not doxing anybody. But, a name isn't doxing. And I used to be mistaken about that. Legally. I used to be mistaken about that. I admit it. You live and you learn. A name isn't doxing, but putting up someone's address, the tracking number for USPS, where people can literally just like go and Google it, that is doxing. So let me go ahead and let's get this rocking and rolling with the first screenshot. Here we go. Okay, so Chris Clow is an absolute lunatic. Just checked my spam folder, and here she is again threatening lawsuits and just generally acting weird. Chris, stop harassing me. This is getting stalkerish. Okay, so that's fine. The thing that weirds me out about that is that's how the information was sent to me when Lucian, when he did the background check on my family and was actively doxing me and promoting the fake channel in my name. It was, oh, this was in my spam, right? So that was kind of red flag number one for me. I don't know if it's true or not. Manny and her will have to work this out, but, my name's being brought into it, and so therefore I am going to address it. All right, so this is basically just the portion of that. So, Manny, here is a copy of your recent post. Number one, I never stated your dad's name, and this information was reported by Dana with Rotting Jewels. Address it with her if it is incorrect. Okay? 2. I never stated Ruby was a Satanist. If this isn't actually Ruby, then I certainly got bad information from people close to your podcast. Number 3. I never confused you with Josh Zeman. Number 4. My blogs are not written by AI, and all blogs are run through software to check for plagiarism. It should also be looking for AI hits. 5. You continually misspell my name thinking it will give you a pass for doxying. What's doxying? Doxying me on social media, and it has been demonstrated by providing you with the cease and desist agreement, including the correct spelling of my name. You have a new cease and desist coming through the mail to your last known address, but you'll probably disregard it, which is fine. I anticipated this, because anytime anybody tells you what you can't do, you do the exact opposite. A clear example of oppositional deficiency disorder. I would highly recommend not posting impulsively. Yeah, I think that would be some rich advice in general. Thoroughly reading twice before you make accusations. Realize you have a lot of lawsuits coming your way. If you chose to litigate me, fine. You don't have legal ground, especially based on your documented recorded behavior through podcast and community post. This is another example of you saying erroneous information as a visceral reaction following a blog, which, by the way, people with the disorder do. Lie to repair their self esteem. Christina Clow. Okay, so we've got that out of the way. Let's do number 1. Christine, I don't know who you are. You have tried to contact me for, I would say, almost a year now. It's coming up on that. I think you emailed me once. If I need to bust it out, I'll find it because, I've downloaded a lot of emails. And I know that you've also, attempted to contact me through other mutuals. I never really felt comfortable. Sometimes you just get a vibe, call it women's instinct. And yet you just keep insisting that you're relevant and that people need to listen to you. Here's the thing, I never insist that I'm relevant. I make it pretty clear that, I'm a noob at this, but you using my name to attack someone else, whether I like that person or not, is not justified. It's not warranted. And I don't know who the fuck you think you are, what horse you rode in on, but I would appreciate if my name was not brought up. Because again, we've never communicated. This is not the first time that you have used my name for your own means. You and I both know that, right? But this situation with you and Manny has nothing to do with me, and I don't know why I'm being brought into this. Now, the reason why I'm bringing this up today is because now, allegedly, the cease and desist has arrived. I don't know when, I didn't really look that closely. However, this cease and desist, allegedly, has arrived. And now my name is being threatened, as well as Parker, to, shut us up and, oh, like we're going to be dragged through court. Okay, go for it. You guys know that I'm not scared of you. This is, I'm embarrassed. I'm quite frankly embarrassed, but at this point, the disrespect is just, it's a bit much for me. And I've been trying to avoid Christine, Christina, Chris like the plague. And you really, really, really want attention, girls, so you're gonna get it. Because for anybody that remembers, I don't know how many streams ago it was, where I said, well, at least I'm not the person that had to clarify I wasn't blaming the Son of Sam crimes on the Rolling Stones in a blog. Yeah, that's why I don't plug her blog, because that's a joke to me. This is not a person that I take seriously, but this is just my personal opinion, right? And obviously, Manny has certainly expressed some darker opinions, I guess you could say. But let's go ahead and take a look at another community post, because the one that I just showed you, well, of course, that one has been deleted. And this one that I'm about to show you isn't the most recent update. I think he's fixed it, updated it like 7 times today. I have no idea. But let's go ahead and take a look. Okay, so hopefully you guys can see that. So here we go. LOL, the lunatic Chris Clow's cease and desist letter came today. Hilarious. She doesn't realize that people much more scary than her have threatened to sue me, and I always have the same answer. Go F yourself. Chris, here's a suggestion. When you cease and desist from lying about me and my work, I will cease and desist from highlighting it. You have no right for your name not to be shown, and I would love to countersue on defamation, libel, and slander, all of which are eminently provable. Again, I have no interest in this. I'm just letting you know that will happen should you continue to harass me. In fact, I'll name your friends Dana Whitmire, hi, that's me, hello, and Parker, but I'm respecting Parker's wishes here in the suit as well. Hell, maybe even off his rocker Mike will get a subpoena to show up given all his BS about me too. We can all have a big party after your bank accounts are drained paying lawyer fees and traveling back and forth to NYC for court. And for what? Because your feelings were hurt? GTFOH. Quite frankly, you're nuts, and you lost the info war. Cute Alex Jones plug. Stop harassing me. Harassment is legally actionable too. I suggest you chill out and watch this video instead, Chris. And I went ahead and redacted the little USPS thing there. So that's that. Now, I'm not necessarily throwing shade one way or the other, but the next screenshots that I'm about to show you are going to explain why I'm about to say what I'm about to say. Again, I've never communicated with Miss Christine, even though she has really strong opinions about me. Remember when I told you guys in that blog comment that somebody insinuated I was putting people in danger by uploading a unredacted report related to the Atlanta child murders and the son of Sam and those potential connections? That was her accusing me of that, right? But this other person, Rocker Mike, I also have not communicated with him. So you're lumping me in with people that I don't know. And since everyone here is such a legal beagle, as I like to say, everyone knows that forensic auditing is a thing, right? And it would be easily provable. Please, you will be able to see that there is literally no communication with me and any of these individuals. Because when I have a bad feeling, I have a bad feeling. And if people want to take it personally, that's really not my problem. But let's go ahead and, damn it, hold on. Let me find the next one. Uno momento. Because this, we're going to get done with this here. Because I'm over it. I'm over it. And, it's whatever. Anyways, this is from Twitter. So this is from today. I shared the stream. That way, people will watch, right? Because I am a small channel. But right here, let your friend, incorrect, Chris Cloud know that you and Parker will be named as additional parties in a countersuit if she is stupid enough to follow through on her threat to sue me. I'm not playing around with you guys lying about me anymore. Now, see, Manny removed his address, so I went ahead and redacted everybody else's address. Because that's embarrassing. The original post of this, by the way, which I'm not going to show, none of this information was redacted. So Manny also doxed himself, which is really embarrassing. And then he says, I know you're friends with Clow because she keeps bringing up your name when I call her out on her bullshit. She says she got all her info from you. Now, on a scale of 1 to total bullshit, I would say we're at probably an 85 or a 90. However, there has been no information that has been provided. I would like to remind everybody, and I'm going to put every single stream into the description of my video of all the streams that I've done talking about Jim Grossman with public information. I have never slandered, I've never made false claims, I have never accused him of being a criminal. I'm also going to include the information that I presented about radical media. Okay? Because whatever lies or defamation that is coming from someone else, that has nothing to do with me. See, what people don't understand is that I'm allowed to posit a theory and state it's my opinion or it's a theory and lay out my argument, just like the one I did with radical media. We're going to talk about that in a second. Or, show the history of Mr. Jim's career and posit the theory that maybe, there might be not necessarily a conflict of interest, but, some crossover, right, with the Son of Sam. I just ask questions and I show receipts for why. I also have those threads on Twitter. I have not deleted anything, unlike Manny. I'm not saying that you delete the videos necessarily. You could make them private. I don't know. You have like some other channel now where you're re uploading stuff, and that's all good and well. I really don't care. But everything is up here, and I have nothing to hide. I never have. That's why I don't delete stuff. You know the one thing that's been taken off of my channel? The copyright strike from 5 Foot Fuckall's audience. That's the only one. I stand by what I say, and I say it with my fucking chest. So please, subpoena me. Go nuts. Now, let's go ahead and let's move on to some of the other fun screenshots, because we're having a really good time, right? Can you guys tell that I'm over it? I'm over it. Let me see. Oh, I gotta I gotta show you guys one that really made me laugh. It really made me laugh. But first, let me see. All right, so we're gonna kind of bounce around a little bit, right? Okay. Radical media. I showed you guys. I laid out my argument about the Josh Zeman series, The Sons of Sam, right? And then it's like, well, are they doing the new one, right? I was like, well, I have it on some authority, and you guys are gonna just have to like trust me, bro. Now, I'm still not going to out my source. However, Manny left a comment on my Twitter, and the reason why I'm not gonna like pull that up, I'm gonna show you guys a screen recording from I think 2 days ago of all of the comments that he's left, because he's constantly harassing me on Twitter. You said harassment was like a real thing, right? Okay. So he left a comment stating that, what was it? Oh, I said that I had gotten this gift from Carl Denaro. Carl Denaro, and thank you, Carl and Parker. They were kind enough to send this to me. I've never read Carl's book. I've only read The Ultimate Evil as far as any Son of Sam stuff goes. And I hadn't checked my P.O. box in a while, so when I found it, I was like, I literally forgot that I was waiting on this. And it was a really nice surprise. But, Manny says that this is proof positive that Carl is the one that told me about the production company. Nope. Nope. You can't pay me. You cannot pay me to tell you who told me. But I do know that it would fucking infuriate you to know that they didn't lie. That they did not lie. But let's go ahead and let's look at a comment from him about this stream that I did, right? Because the stream is still up, and I know that Nate plugged it recently because we're going to be pulling up the Son of Sam Files blog. But let's just go ahead and let's take a peek at this comment really quick, where I talked about that company and what Manny said. So this is from that stream. You guys can kind of see because I just ran y'all through my Twitter thread, right? Because that was very easy. So, awesome bit. Only issue is literally none of the connections you mentioned had any basis of reality in the real world. But keep doing this type of work though. It's not only highly entertaining, but it's also free advertising and promotion. Enjoy the doc when it comes out. Okay? Cool beans. Cool beans. So, I was unaware that there was like a, thread going on in my comment section because I'll let you guys know. Hot tip for someone on my side. You don't always get notifications, especially if it's a big thread and people are going back and forth for a really long time. So I didn't know that this was going on. And then I had to sort by new, and I saw that there was like 90 comments, and I was like, holy guacamole. But I was alerted to this by this screenshot. And yeah, I agree. It is very much like high school, except for, like I said, people want to act like legal beagles. So, right here. This is from January 26, 2025, from the Son of Sam Files blog. Hey, people of the so called world. Some of you may have missed it, but I had quite a conversation with Manny the other day in Dana's comment section. The reason I bring it up is because at one point I asked Manny if he was working with Radical Media, the production company that brought us that hatchet job, Sons of Sam. Here was his reply. They produce the new SOS doc, as you know, but if you consider sitting down for an interview, working with them, then yes, I did work with them. You know who I dealt with? The production assistants. Did not meet, collude, conspire, or even know about any of the people Dana brought up in her ridiculous presentation. So it seems that all Manny did was sit down for an interview, right? But do you get the feeling he's trying to be cute with his answer, semi ducking the question about working with Radical Media? I do. And then I heard him say something very interesting right there at the 1908-minute mark of his latest Troll and Stroll. I love that name, by the way, Nate, Troll and Stroll. He brags that he set up Radical Media with the interviewees. That would definitely constitute working with the production company. He provides a link because there are people who are supposed to be in this Radical Media documentary who you have never heard from before and who are very important to the story. And you know how they were in there? Because I got them. That's right. They didn't come from anyone else. So, just for a moment, I'm going to take my flowers and a fuck you, 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 and a double fuck you. Because I was right. Because I was right. I'm going to wet my whistle. Normally, I'm not so prideful and unladylike, but I'm really tired of these people, and I was right. They'll never admit it. I'm sure that we'll get some sort of video dissertation about, the definition of words and what all of this means and, a rewriting of history as it goes. But I was right. And I think that that video was, what, a month and a half, 2 months ago? And Neo and Reina, like, tried to play it off afterwards. Like, oh yeah, like, that's not a surprise. Everybody knew. Really, bitch? Talking to Reina. Even though I do think that Neo's never mind. It's the meatballs. We're dealing with the meatballs. So, anyways, hello chat. I'm not ignoring you guys, but I also kind of am. And I don't know who's in here trolling, so I can't help you. Now, let's see if I got because all I took was, I think I took screenshots of the transcript. Let me see. And yeah. I don't know that I have the exact part where they're talking about Radical Media. Because, like, he just. That's all he does. Is just troll and stroll. That's what we're going to call it from now on, is the troll and stroll. Because I think that is absolutely hilarious. But first, I would like to get a. Yeah, the meatball does drink a little bit too much sauce, does it, Rain? You're absolutely right. So, first, I'd like to give you guys a little reprieve. He comes on to Twitter all day, every day, and in my uh, comment section on YouTube and calls me, again, virulent Jew hater, anti Semite, uh, espousing Hitlerian discourse. That one just, like, really does it for me, because it's just like, how long did it take you to come up with that? Is that AI prompted? Because I don't really see you saying that. Like, I'm sorry. It's my opinion that you're not that smart. But this was food for my weary spirit the other day. It was absolutely hilarious. So let's get a quick reprieve. So, Harry Sassoon, America, we're in for a rough 4 years. Manny Grossman. Why? Because one guy made some weird gesture on stage. I'm sorry. I don't care what people think about Elon. I don't care what people think about politics. I saw this and I just completely lost my mind. So, that's just a little comical reprieve from the person that literally sits on the internet all day calling me an anti-Semite. And actually, let's go ahead and let's take a quick peek just so everyone can see what I'm talking about. I went ahead and limited it just to this year, to this calendar year, right? But let's go ahead and do just a quick screen roll because, these people are talking about harassment, right? Okay. Yeah, am I Ava Braun reborn? No, I'm not a Nazi. I'm not an anti Semite. I'm not racist at all. You sound like a complete jackass, but whatever. Anyways. All right, so, and here we go. This is from January 1st. Searching my name. I have not replied to any of these. Every day. Just about every single day. And honestly, it's just easier for me to do this. That way, I don't have to take a million screenshots. You guys see that? Yeah. That's quite a bit, right? That's quite a bit. So, that's that. So now you can see how much that happens. Okay? I don't feel the need to sit here and defend myself to someone who just spends all day spouting complete nonsense because what? Because of one comment, all of a sudden you're virtue signaling because it's convenient for you and you want to play victim when it's convenient for you. I don't think so. I don't think so. And you know nothing about me, so might not want to assume stuff, right? But so, right here, again, these are just screenshots of this, but I've been talking about the alleged rumors of a so called major documentary created by an Academy Award nominating director on the topic of the Son of Sam truth, which I may or may not be in, which is going to come out allegedly in the next month or two. And I don't know. I don't know. I don't know whether it's going to come out. I don't even know if I'm in it. A lot of people have been freaking out about it and ramping up attacks on the Son of Sam. No one's been freaking out about it. Some of us just actually care about the truth. I know that that's really, really hard for you to grasp, but and let's skip forward a little bit. Oh, so here, right, I'm going to emphasize in 2025, starting with this video, is that you don't understand the Son of Sam because you think of it in a very linear and simple term. You think of it from July 76 to August 77, only using a 44 caliber weapon. It's really weird to me how the Son of Sam crimes, as are popularly known only to treat the shootings as Son of Sam crimes, and every other ancillary crime that this guy did were treated as whatever. Okay, so then skipping forward here, he's talking about Carl Denaro. So Carl has become the hero of the stupidity. It's really amazing. Every one of his fans, the 5 that he has, is an extreme hater of mine, and they're the people who say that my dad was in Operation Mockingbird, that I worked in the DA's office, and that because I made bagpipes, I'm part of the NYPD, and this is what people think. They're actually writing it, but blah, 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 blah. We're going to talk about that in a moment. Yeah, Manny, no one plays into your hands. It's hilarious. You've played into mine this entire time. It's chess, not checkers, motherfucker. Right here, talking about this alleged, incident with Josh Zeman and, this conspiracy that, you know, Carl has, alluded to them colluding, okay, that's good and well. Let's see what else we got. If you talk to Josh, he will confirm it. We were talking about a landscaping project. Oh, okay. Whatever you say. So, I would like to remind everybody that because, you know, someone likes to play the victim and, sit here and accuse me of harassment and lying, there's no proof of any lies because I love using receipts, right? That's how I roll. I think it's pretty wild that a company like Netflix is going to allow someone to be in a documentary that disrespects a victim of the Son of Sam crimes like that. And Carl, I mean no disrespect. I've talked to Carl maybe 2 or 3 times through email. Very nice guy. And again, thank you for the book. However, I think it's really disgusting that someone who talks to and talks about a victim, survivor, whatever you'd like to call it, of the Son of Sam crimes, that's who they're going to put on their show, right? But who am I, right? Because about that whole whoever contacted the NYPD, you might want to ask the person that's harassing you, allegedly, because it wasn't me. And I also didn't call Netflix. I can assure you of that. And again, you can't pay me to tell you who told me that it was Radical Media. You can take that to the bank. But let's go ahead and get a little reminder right here because I dropped this on my Twitter before I did a stream about it. So just to rub it in about that whole where it was right. Manny, don't change the fucking goalpost. I'm about to be very unladylike to you, motherfucker. Don't change the goalpost. You accused me of harassment, libel, lying about your dad. Don't bring up the process's involvement in the Son of Sam. Let's stick to one thing at a time, okay? Reality that's constituted by whatever. Or go jerk off the Yonkers Police Department. I don't really care. But let's go ahead and let's take a peek of when I brought this to the fore first. Right here. Radical Media allegedly, but oh damn, baby girl was right. I was right, right? Yeah, talking about this new one. When was this posted? November 28th, 2024. That's when I put all of this together and called it out. So, I'm here and I'm right. Don't talk to me about receipts because I have them. Trust me. And for the quoted thread right here, Paul Hart Berger, we haven't forgotten about you. And we haven't forgotten about you, Tom O'Neill. Trust me. We would love to know when the Chaos documentary is coming out. Okay? And right here. So, allegedly, this is me lying about Jim Grossman. It's not lying. Right here. This is public information. I literally found this on the internet. Some people might call it research, but that's just me. And all I said was PR is clearly the name of the game. I never said a damn thing about Operation Mockingbird, right? Never said a damn thing. Now, I understand that he's in my chat right now and, he's. The documentary is going to be nothing. Manny, again, stick to the plot, my friend, okay? Stick to the plot. I don't know Christine Clow. If she's using my name, that's not my problem, right? That's not my problem at all. You are the one making very specious connections here because you're so fucking paranoid that you think that just because people don't like you, they must be colluding together. Newsflash, people just don't like you. And guess what? There's a lot of people that don't like me. That's just the reality of the internet. But if you are going to come and make claims, do not ask about things unrelated to the topic. We're not talking about the process's involvement in the Son of Sam, and I do not give a damn about your opinion of the relevance of this documentary and how you're just playing it off. But on Twitter, you're constantly saying that 2025 is the year that Savino goes global. Everybody, watch out, here he comes. You're talking out of two sides of your mouth. I can't help you, and I certainly don't want to anyway. Now, let me find this next thread that I would like to show you guys, because again, I would love to see proof of me lying about someone's father, or slandering, or defaming. And again, the information that I've presented, I've never taken down. I stand by what I said. I say it with my fucking chest. Okay? So subpoena that. Go for it. However, allegedly, this whole like Mockingbird thing isn't new. This goes back to like some, I don't know if it's a blog or like a channel. It's like a teacher dad, professor dad. I have no idea. Like, I don't know. But let's go ahead and let's take a peek, because I usually do drop stuff on Twitter. Sometimes I'll do it first on YouTube, but I like threads because it forces me to kind of organize my thoughts. But right here, Manny Grossman claims conspirators say his father was part of Operation Mockingbird. Reality is more irrelevant. We've got a murdered prostitute, Studio 54, United States Oil Company, and Trump for starters as examples of connections to the PhD level Son of Sam research community. And right here, just listing, factually speaking, about Mr. Jim Grossman. And as a reminder for that, because I like to quote tweets to not only show a timeline of when I'm talking about things, but also to remind people that indeed PR is the name of the game. So let's go ahead and continue. More relevant to the corrupt mafia-laden NYPD network, who was suspected of trafficking cocaine into Rikers, contributing to the increased violence from inmates and officers, Jim Grossman, spokesman for the Correction Officers Benevolent Association and the union. See next post. I'm not going to read through all of this again because I've already done this dance, right? I've already done this. Thus far, I've traced Grossman as far back as 1982 as spokesman for the Uniformed Officers Coalition, representing police, correction officers, and firefighters. It is not unfair. Manny, shut the fuck up and listen to this next sentence. It is not unfair to consider he would have a vested interest in protecting the image of the NYPD regarding the Son of Sam. That's not slander, and that's not defamation, and that's not libel. This is called positing information and a theory, right? Okay. And again, right there, 1982 from Newsday. The Patrolmen's Benevolent Association and their lawyers were indicted on racketeering charges that included the lawyers kicking back their inflated fees to police officials. Again, Jim Grossman arrives to protect the image of a deeply corrupt network. And when the PBA found themselves being challenged by a rebel faction who suspected the union's election would be rigged, spokesman Jim Grossman whitewashes the Blue Line's valid concerns and requests for a judge to oversee the election. Obviously, Jim has had a long career, and I'm just brushing the surface right now. I am stating my firm opinion, based on the facts available, that I don't believe Manny Grossman joined the Son of Sam research milieu as a former superfan of the ultimate evil. I believe there is a concerted effort to place a nice, neat little bow on the Son of Sam, Charles Manson, and likely the Octopus through narratives that insist the process isn't involved. Yet, oh, here's another one for you, Manny. They consistently feel the need to bring up the process. That dog don't hunt. I'm sure you'll understand, Manny, since you're now using newspaper research that you've previously mocked me for. Maybe take notes from your old man and learn some manners when speaking publicly. You and your buddy Shrek have been dropping the ball as experts. Sad. And before you go back to saying you guys aren't friends, which you have said before, your friend blatantly misrepresented the facts, which were easily refutable. And we have talked about that already, but I do include it here. The corrections, including court records, are in the thread below, in case you decide that newspapers aren't relevant yet again. You can't seem to keep your story straight on what's considered valid research. And regarding the false allegations regarding Wendy Savino propagated by the shady Robert Klein, whatever happened to the testing of that bullet? I've never expected honesty or integrity from you, but understanding the documented history of the Grossman PR empire, it at least makes more sense. Bring documented proof to refute me, or go circle jerk your pipe band with Zeman, Shrek, Wheat, Neo, Hart, and the Yonkers PD. So, that's all I have to say about that. And I know you sent me messages. I didn't get your DMs. You're tripping. I absolutely, Manny, I quit even opening your messages like over a year ago when you were trying to get me to believe that some name that Michael Carr used was like fake news basically, and you were just trying to help me out. Like, honey, I've done left you on red for like what, at least a year now. Like, that's not happening. So good luck. I can pull out those receipts if I need to. That's completely fine. But as far as everything else, again, I'm playing chess. You're playing checkers. You think that like I'm reacting and playing into your hands. You're playing into mine, I can assure you. You have no idea how unhinged you look, in my opinion, respectfully, when you are constantly harassing me on Twitter every single fucking day, and now you're in my chat, just moving that goalpost, throwing spaghetti at the wall to see what sticks. Is that a meatball joke? Who knows? They're gonna call me a racist anyway, right? Now, let's go ahead and let's just pull up the Son of Sam Files blog. Uno momento. Son of Sam Files blog spot. Where are ya? Don't do it to me. It's gonna do it to me. Hold, please. We're getting frozen. Talk amongst yourselves. And if Manny's rude to other people, please feel free to go ahead and ban him. But I mean, it seems like he's being fine right now. So just leave him for now. Oh, a spokesman has nothing more than a mouthpiece. It has nothing to do with policy or anything else. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Thank you for acknowledging that. Manny, some would argue that you're a spokesman. Nothing more than a mouthpiece. Yeah? I don't know what messages you're talking about because you didn't message me, and if I got DMs from you, I didn't read them. Did you not hear me? I don't read or open your DMs. Okay. Just so you know, that's not happening. I have zero interest in talking to you. Just like I have zero interest in speaking with the other individuals that you have named in your little threat about litigation or a countersuit. You've communicated with Christine more than I have because I've communicated with her 0 times. 0 times. Take that to the bank. I don't know her. And obviously, in my personal opinion, without, looking at it for myself, I would imagine that, she needs to glob onto other people's names to try and make herself relevant. Right? Yeah. Because again, this individual who writes this blog and who allegedly studies some type of law, I don't really know. It seems really, really bizarre to me that they would threaten a cease and desist. But that's a discussion for another time because I have a feeling that it's not just her that might be involved in that little threat. However, it's crazy to me that they would just do all that, but why are you using my name? unless this is all fake. Because that's also a possibility. Because all of this fake infighting bullshit, I've been calling it out since the jump. Because I really, really don't trust people in this community. Okay? That's why I don't delete anything. Because I know that it has been a consistent trend from what I have been told and the screenshots that I have been shown. There are some things that Neo said, like in 2021 or 2022, that I'm like, is this real life? Like, holy crap, like, what deal do you make with the devil to flip from like that perspective? It's completely insane. And to go from like being a 30-year Son of Sam fan to reading a victim that you love to disrespect and slander publicly and just toss the baby out with the bathwater and you're done with that. That's also really wild. But, this is why I literally don't believe anything that comes out of these people's mouths. But that's why I'm not going to delete stuff. Copyright strikes would have to be submitted, all of that, because I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to, because I stand by what I say. Now, let me find. Dang it, Nate, where's your freaking blog? Hold, please. Ugh, I don't know why it's not coming up in my history blog spot. It should. Hold, guys. Don't judge me. Got these freaking morons in my chat right now. Where's the damn link for the blog? Is that it? Where did it go? SOS files blog spot. Someone plug the damn blog. Someone help me, please. One of my mods. Nate's blog. Por favor. I'm getting a little verklempt. Someone help me. Oh, there we go. I think I got it. Got it. Never mind. Now, since that took so long, let me take a drink. Thank you to my mods that are handling the chat. I respect you all. Carl DeNaro's very nice. He's never been rude to me. He's always been extremely polite. Carl answered my questions about some things that I wanted to know. It's very enlightening stuff. People don't have to like me, but people can't say that I'm a liar. That's the difference. I don't delete stuff. If I'm wrong, I admit it. I don't change my story with no answer. And I don't steal other people's research. Right? So, people don't have to like me, but you can't call me a liar. You can call me crazy. I've been called worse things. That's fine. But if I'm just a stupid conspiracy theorist, what do you care? Yeah, what did I lie about, Manny? Get real specific. I'll wait. I've got the blog. Calling you a process plant is a lie? Okay. That is what some would call a troll. And a funny nickname. Calling your work disinformation is a lie? It's my opinion. I'm not lying. I'll say it again. I think that Manny Grossman is a disinformation agent and what some might call a process anchor baby. This is just my personal opinion based off of the information that is publicly available online. I have expressed this opinion numerous times. You don't have to agree with me, and you certainly don't have to believe me. There you go. Not a lie. But let's go ahead. And is this the most recent blog post? I think so. Well, I want to read this one because it's really funny. So, is it a lie if it's an opinion? Exactly, hella bored. especially when I lay out an argument for that opinion, when I lay out information for that opinion. Sometimes I just state my opinion with nothing. Just like with the radical media stuff, I asked you guys uncomfortably, uh, trust me, bro. Just trust me, bro, right? But I was right. I was right. Yeah? Now, I want to read this blog post because it is quite amusing. It is quite amusing. Let's see. There we go. Okay, so you killed it with this one, Manny. Or Nate. It was very funny. Hey Manny from January 22nd of 2025. Let's see if we can read this. It's a reply to him. Enjoy the Netflix when it comes out. Like I've said repeatedly on my videos, I hope something good happens, but I have zero expectations of it. Chances are the doc will come and go with zero benefit to anyone. Thought it was going global. 2025. Savino's going global, baby. Not too hard for me to admit that, but at least I was recognized and was able to play a part in something big. Now tell me what you've done again. Alright, so. Sorry, dude, I was getting dangerously close to calling you a piece of shit and getting kicked off of YouTube, so I decided to remove my reply over here. You're welcome to comment below, or you can go get hit by a bus. It makes no difference to me. First of all, in my opinion, you're a piece of shit. You have behaved like a piece of shit since 2021. You're in the middle of a piece of shit spree as we speak, and we will soon find you, I guess, acting like a piece of shit on Netflix. You can't polish a turd. Go on all the streaming platforms you can. It won't matter. You'll still be a piece of shit to me. Nate, my dog, this is true poetry, my friend. Truly. Those tens of thousands of new subs you foresee rolling in, they too will find out that you're a piece of shit soon enough. Given the opportunity, you will whittle that new audience down to a nub. Same old Manny. They're going to find out how you treated Carl Denaro, the Honorable Mayor Rothstein, retired Detective Chinati, and every other decent human being who tried to help you along the way, only to be fucked over down the road. Assuming they even find you interesting enough to follow after your big Netflix close up. This all just may be wishful thinking on both of our parts. You have a problem with women. You have a problem with anyone who dares question your authority. You have a problem with anyone who can analyze things logically. Basically, anyone who can help you in your pursuit of living your life like a piece of shit is welcome. Everyone else is fair game, as it were. I like the fair game Scientology pun, Nathan Ward. I like that a lot. So, and just how many people in your immediate circle have been busted for fraud or made the papers over some underhanded bullshit? That's the real reason you frowned on using newspapers for research. It's because of your fucking shady ass crew. And those new subs will be like, damn, that's one shady ass crew once they get wind of it. You asked what I have done, implying that you yourself done something important. You haven't done shit, Dick Barn. Dick Barn? Is that a barn full of dicks or a barn in the shape of a dick? I would like some clarification. You've wasted a lot of time, wasted a lot of my time having to correct your stupid fucking videos, wasted everyone's time who ever came into contact with you. And that is why I look forward to those tens of thousands of new subs too. Someone in there will be happy to take over for me. I'm sure of it. You won't be able to help yourself. You'll piss off the next me, and they'll be off to the races. And I can retire. A few more things before I leave. Number one, you can drop the Ivy League professor routine. On top of being a piece of shit, you're also an idiot, by my estimation. You taught bored housewives about potting soil at some glorified rec center. It wasn't Harvard, and apparently you weren't very good at it. He wore a tan! Laughing my ass off, that never gets old. And there's plenty more where that came from. Number two, I got news for you and those other scumbags who would crawl through broken glass for a chance to huff weak card's dirty clothes hamper. You, by your actions, make her look suspicious as fuck. And you're too fucking stupid to realize it. You think you're intimidating the opposition, and that's exactly what makes her look sus. Einsteins. A lot of people never even suspected she was involved until you morons made a big fuss about some posts tucked away in the archives of a private Facebook group, and then some papers that you were trusted not to share with anyone, which you did. So, way to go. You guys don't have to do all of the weird shit that you do. Nobody else is going to prison for the Son of Sam shootings. Number 3, I don't give a fuck who shot Wendy Savino. David, wasn't David, maybe David, no way, whatever. You had to pursue the Savino avenue because you knew you couldn't lie about Maury's files and misled your audience anymore once me and Dana started busting your balls. But seeing as how your only real interest in this case is to make a fool out of Maury for missing a potential Son of Sam victim, I'm just going to keep asking. And this is a very relevant question. How did Wendy make out a suntan and blue eyes in the dark? And the shooter was smiling? Smiling alone is going to make it hard to make out the eye color, you goofy bastard. Damn, how did you and the boys down at the crime lab miss this? Anyway, I guess that does it. So long, Rushwanker. Holy shit, Nate. That was chef's kiss. True poetry. True poetry. Oh, that was just a real beaut, my friend. That was a real beaut. You know what? We're gonna drop that in the chat because I know that that'll be a good laugh for people that would like to read that on their own. Plus, Nate's my homie. Go subscribe to his blog. Go comment on the blog. Whatever you want. And one more. Uno mas. Uno mas. A shameless self plug here. Let me pull this back up. And there we go. Reminder, Dana's Radical Media live stream. This was from 2 days ago. About a month ago, our awesome friend Dana gave us a very good idea of what to expect with this upcoming Son of Sam documentary. In case you haven't seen it or never miss an excuse to rewatch, here it is. I still don't understand the fucking point of the doc. From what I gathered, the premise sounds stupid. However, I will be curious to see if things that made absolutely no sense over the past 3 years suddenly become blatantly obvious. Or not. We'll just have to see if it even comes out. And obviously, you know, there's, and I'm not going to pull it up because I already went over it last time, Christine, about the ATL, the Atlanta Child Murders Son of Sam file, and you insinuating that I put people in danger. Okay. Again, I would ask respectfully, we've never spoken, Christine. I don't know who you are. I don't know why you feel the need to keep bringing up my name, not just to a YouTuber. You know who else you've brought it up to, and you've weaponized it. You see how well that worked out for you, right? I think that the mask is starting to slip and people are starting to see you for what I have suspected, in my opinion, the vibe that I got off of you from the very beginning. The other individuals that have been affected by this, we'll be addressing that at a later date with them live on the air. I find it pretty audacious if that correspondence did come from you. I don't know that it did. This could all just be a big show. I'm well aware of that. But if it did, I don't know what your credentials are. If you are a PhD, an MD, I have no idea. I don't take people seriously who make a flat out diagnosis and try to justify that diagnosis to other people. And even if you do have a PhD or an MD license, it's very unprofessional to do that, especially in, an email correspondence, as that appeared that it was. That's what the post said, that it was in the spam. I don't know how to make it any clearer that I want nothing to do with you. I will never take you seriously. Uh, you and Mr. Eric Galati, whatever you guys are up to, uh, I'm well aware that, he continues to smear me. And eventually, I don't know how soon, because I think I'm just going to kind of let this marinate. Because I've never named you before. See, that's the thing. You could have just remained in the shadows. But what happened after after that stream where I talked about a certain blog author blaming like the Son of Sam crimes on like moon cycles, the Rolling Stones, whatever, and that they had to clarify that they weren't doing that, right? I never named you, and you don't watch my channel. This is what I'm told. Uh, but you went immediately on a smear campaign to numerous people. You could have just ignored that, right? I'm allowed to have my opinions. I'm allowed to not like you. It's very clear that you don't like me, especially since you think that I'm just like this little chess piece that you can use in whatever little game that you and Eric are playing with Manny. And again, I will remind people, because of my experience and my opinion from my experience, and again, eventually I'll show the receipts, because I highly doubt that someone like Mr. David Berkowitz would feel so good knowing the things that Eric Galati has said about David Berkowitz. Because I've shown the emails of Eric slandering me, sending out smear campaigns via email to get people to stop talking to me. Right? I've also heard him like, and you guys know that like I have very strong opinions about wheat, right? Wheat. However, he also, diagnosed wheat. So, like, he called her crazy, but he said some like specific diagnosis. Like, I have opinions about people, but I don't come on here diagnosing them with specific disorders and saying all the hallmarks of that disorder and da 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 da, as if you sound smart. You don't. In my opinion, your behavior, you act like a petulant child demanding attention that you think you deserve because of some perceived importance and perceived accolades. Don't use me to make yourself look better, because I'm not going to change how I do things. The threat of litigation does not scare me because I have nothing to hide. If you would have watched my channel for 5 seconds, you would realize that I've been dealing with one that I like to call 5-foot fuck all. He's a maybe Scientologist, maybe not, on the other side of the country. Dealing with like fair game, lawfare, stuff like that. Oh, also Dougie, Lucian, the Satanic Temple, the Processians, right? Including an active faction with William Sims Bainbridge. Right. You don't scare me. But I'm not going to sit here and be silent while you try to use my name to benefit yourself, or to cut off lines of communication to someone else because you feel uncomfortable. I have nothing else to say right now about the topic. And it's not a threat, trust me. But I'll find all the receipts of the attempted correspondence. I'll redact what's necessary because I don't dox. Because, by the way, Christine, just so you know, and I have the receipts, I'll share them next time. I reported Manny every single post that he made on my Twitter, doxing your full address. So don't say that I never did anything for you, because I don't believe in doing that. But doxying, I don't know why you keep calling it doxying. I've never heard that term before. Might want to use Google. Your name is not doxing, Christine. That's not how that works. I was mistaken about this previously as well. I didn't know. the thing about doxing is that you have to legally prove intent, and that's really hard to do. Because again, I've been dealing with this for well over a year, where Doug literally ran a full background check on my entire family, made a fake channel and fake secured email in my name, harassed an elderly woman, and sent it out to the someone who's in the top 5 podcasts in the entire world on Apple and Spotify, saying that they should vet their guests better. So I know what I'm talking about. And as far as Manny goes, this whole nonsense, you're not relevant. You're not important. You're saying that she's not important and she's a joke. I want nothing to do with her. I don't know her. But I also feel that way about you. Is that slander? Is that libel? No. I just care about the truth. And based off of the evidence and the information available, whether you think newspapers are relevant or not, I do not believe that you are here for the truth. And I do not believe, based off of the streams that I will link about radical media, about your father, who you claim, she claims she got her information from me, and this information is lies and defamation and all kinds of crazy stuff. But the words Operation Mockingbird never came out of my mouth describing your dad. I think the truth is much more fascinating. It usually is. I'm going to link all of those and people can go and they can watch that. Because that is the truth. As far as the facts as they stand. Right? And positing a theory does not make a criminal conspiracy, libel, slander, or defamation. I do gotta tell you though, that post talking about draining people in court and, just kind of running people through the ringer really sounded like a Scientologist there, man. I gotta tell you, wheat's training you real good. I'm going to end here for now. I will talk to you guys soon.